Thank you. Welcome everybody to this first talk that we are hosting here at the Scale of Commitment. We have 4 speakers this evening. Nippon Steel Stainless Steel Art Corporation that you can see there, over there. Then we have Pelma from Poliuretano, which is exhibiting on the other side. Then the project Shape the Light, where you can see all the lamps at the corner designed by students within this wonderful project. And then Standex Engraving Mold Tech, you will see their materials there. So I will first start asking our guests something about their solutions to tell us a little bit more in depth what they are introducing here at the Scale of Commitment. So I will start with Nippon Steel, Mr. Wataru Kaneko, CEO of Nippon Steel Stainless Steel Art Corporation. So will you please tell us a little bit more about your technology and what you do, what you brought here?
Okay. Thank you for having me. We are a manufacturer of decorative stainless steel. So our main application is for elevator. But we like to, not only for elevator, but for like interior or exterior or furnitures. So most people do not know decorative stainless steel. So that's why I'm here now.
Great, excellent. I can give you, okay, great. You can go next. Okay. Please.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Today, because we have a booth on the back side, so short page we use as a decorative stainless steel page. But mainly, we like to emphasize how recyclable and how sustainable of stainless steel are. Okay, so short company profile. Our location is Amagasaki City in Japan. That's close to Osaka, which start Expo from this weekend. Established in 1961, and the products I already mentioned, decorative stainless steel with no pigment and no paint. That is a product. And the main application is elevator, lift, and interior or exterior, mainly for architecture. Yeah, that is a simple chart of our products. Main metal is a stainless steel. That is a base metal. We do make a polishing, etching, brushing, bead blast on that, and a really thin coating we have. For make coloring, fine color and noise, really thin. 0.2 or 0.3 micron. And maybe you have experience. So once we touch on the stainless steel, fingerprint remains. So to avoid fingerprint, we also, that's a very thin coating, anti-fingerprint on it. So that is a short explanation of our products.
Great, thank you very much. We will then go a little bit more in depth in the next question on the sustainability features of your material. And when it comes to aesthetics, you can see it for yourself. They make really, really beautiful designs and with incredible effects. So I will pass the word to Marco Pelucchi. I am hiding myself. Marco is here from Pelma. He is the CEO of Pelma, and also I would like to ask you, Marco will speak in Italian. If anyone needs translation, I will do that for you. Is anyone needing translation from Italian?
Anyone need that I speak Italian, or because if not, I can speak English.
Okay, great. Then, okay. Thank you, Marco.
Okay,
you can speak English.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So I would like to tell us a little bit more about your company and the evolution of PU in the last years. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. My name is Marco Pelucchi. I'm the CEO of Pelma. Pelma is an Italian factory based in the north of Italy. That produce polyurethane foam in a continuous way. So we produce flexible polyurethane foam mainly for the market of comfort and bearing.
You are sitting on it, by the way.
Exactly. So we are here with, because I am also the president of the Italian Association of Polyurethane Foam Producers, named IPEF, that is a part of the European association named Europur. We are here with a marketing project named that was born inside of the IPEF association, and the marketing project is named Poliuretano E. The translation is very clear. So polyurethane is this marketing project, and we are on the left corner of the installation. The idea of the project was to increase the knowledge of the people about the polyurethane foam, because unfortunately we are inside of the stuff. So we are inside of the sofa, we are inside of mattresses, and the most of the final customer, when they come inside of a shop, they didn't decide that the sofas or the mattresses because of the polyurethane foam inside, but just for especially in Italy, but just for the fashion. You know, they decide for sofas to decide from leather to cotton to some other type of textile, but nobody, they try to sit down, but nobody ask which kind of density, which kind of typology of polyurethane foam there is inside. So for that reason, we start inside of the Italian Association to have this type of marketing project. So nowadays we increase the knowledge, and we teach the opinion leader as the designer or the architects in terms of what means density and what is instead hardness, because the most of the people, they think that much higher is the density, much hard is the foam. This is not true, because it is two different type of things. So apart of that, I think that the presentation, it is more than enough. I have no videos, but I ask to everybody to come on the left corner and to try to touch, to understand the different type of polyurethane foam.
Thank you very much. Then I will ask you a little bit more, but in the second question. Alberto Sozza from the Shape the Light project. He is president of cluster of companies in the lighting sector called the Luce in Veneto. Alberto, would you please let us know why you are here and what is the meaning of this all?
Okay. First point, I'm here to show you 3 beautiful lighting fixtures created in the 3 corners of the booth by some design school student. That is very interesting in our kind of collaboration. Why we work with a designer, mainly, just check, okay. Why who we are. So Italy is very famous all over the world for the manufacture lighting fixtures, and especially Veneto region manufacture roughly 25% of all the Italian manufacturing of lighting fixtures with more than 400 companies. So the role of Luce in Veneto is to coordinate these companies, and especially in this moment, for example, of our network, we have more than 15 companies exposing at Aeroluce, Salone del Mobile, and so the importance of design is a crucial point for our companies, and more and more, you know, design is related to materials, sustainable materials. Is the reason why we are here with Materially to speak today on different topics on sustainability. Okay, so just talk about the localization, Veneto region, Venice, that maybe is more famous for people out of Italy, and so Venice is here, and our company are made the laser doesn't work, I don't know, okay. So you see Venezia is the region. Okay, so with our position, our companies in our network, so we have more than 50 companies in our association, and many companies are really related to design and we are more from technical lighting, but all companies manufacture lighting fixtures or are part of the supply chain of the world of lighting in our network. So with the chain from raw materials to installers, with the reason why the right choice of raw materials, sustainable materials is a key point now for our companies in the design of new products. Okay, we are part of we are officially recognized by our region to develop the smart living and energy field, and we have different kind of collaboration, and I just put here ELCA, European Lighting Cluster Alliance, that connect regional cluster like Luce in Veneto from all the region all over Europe, like Spain, in France, Belgium, Poland, just to give you some insight on from these meta networks. We run together many real projects, and we are running now the Shape the Light project, that is the reason that create the connection with Materially and the world of the use of sustainable material. Because Shape the Light, we want to create a connection between art and business with a focus on design and lighting industry. And so we create a collaborative space, so we put together companies, design student, and for sure companies like Materially that are focusing in the promoting new and sustainable materials. Okay, with our cluster that are part, and they're all here. So thank you, cluster, to be here today. Okay, in our meeting, and so we run networking and especially performance labs. That is the output you can see here with the free lamps in the free corners that you can find here in the Materially booth. We run online master classes, deep dive workshop to increase knowledge and sharing in our project. And after, I think in second part, we can go in the measuring the measurable, for quantifying sustainability in lighting design. That is a tricky, for sure, item to speak about.
Okay, great. So yeah, that's something super interesting because, as you may know, sustainability in products comes from materials, of course, when you manufacture them. And then in use, especially when for electric components, the efficiency of lamps is one of the most important items to measure sustainability. So it could be interesting to know more about this thing. We are having here Emine Deniscusu from Standex Engraving Moltech. You will see their wonderful texture in there. And she will tell us a little bit more about what they do and particularly how they manage to combine aesthetics and performance through textures.
Good afternoon, everyone. This year we are here with not only aesthetic textures, but with their biggest enemy, with the functions. I put here Manta because you can see there's a Manta over there. Is the baby one. It is traveling all around the world, which indicates the dreams of designer, how are becoming live ones. So from the scratch, the designer make their designs of the products, but giving a brand identity. Mainly, we are creating spatial textures for them, and mostly aesthetic or functional. But this year, we are launching this, both can be together with our R&D center members here from Italy. We are in Treviso. So we are going to mention a bit more. Go ahead. Okay. Then normally what we are doing is in aesthetic textures, giving the brands or the products as a brand identity, make it more desirable, eye-catcher, or something parallel with the designer expectations. The very green one, okay. When it comes to the functional ones, normally they are more boring because they are fulfilling the expectation of the product, like anti-slip, anti-grip, anti-glare, or what else I written here? Or yeah, aerodynamics, flits, etc. So normally they are not working well together. So, or you need to make a big compromises, one or two. So making everything together. So this one product can be one side beautiful, eye-catcher, and also fulfill the needs of functional needs. So this is an AI picture, but it's a real project to cover the microphone on this gadget, making is hydrophobic to make the life cycle longer. So what we are bringing with this function and aesthetic, bring tangible performance and visual appeal together. So are we going to cut here or making
No, you as you like it. If you want to go
deeper, I think it's going to be the next.
Okay. Right. So this is just as an overview. Standex makes engraving, mold engraving, as it says in the so which results in different effects on the surface, which can be either aesthetic or functional, and in your case, both together, right? Did I understand correctly? Great. So we go back to Nippon Steel Stainless Steel Art Corporation, where Mr. Kaneko will tell us a little bit more about sustainability features of his products, and particularly when it comes to recycling, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's wait for the presentation to come.
Just waiting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here it is.
I'm sure you guys see or use lots of stainless steel, like fork or knife, cooking ware, kitchen, escalator, elevator. So I like to emphasize how recyclable that the stainless steel is. That is a number you can see. That is surprisingly, stainless steel is 95% for recycle, material recycle. Theoretically, 100% fully recycle, but only 5% we cannot collect. That's going to waste. So comparing other metals, aluminum, probably your image of aluminum also really recyclable. But the number shows only half, 40 to 50% is going to material recycle. And they cannot collect 50 to 60%. And I hate to say here about the plastic because of lots of plus company here. But I'm sure so every plastic company have an effort to make sustainable and recyclable. But the reality is that recycled for plastics is just 25%. And the thermal recovery, sometimes called thermal recycle, but this is just for burn. For heat source, is going to 60%. So if you look at this chart, so completely different over stainless steel. And the next is number of CO2 emissions per tons. So the best amongst these material is concrete. And next is steel, carbon steel or stainless steel. But the steel, aluminum, yeah, I agree that it's very useful, right? But the reality is they have lots of electricity, so which means cause CO2 emissions, lots of emissions. And lastly, like that, stainless steel has a long history. So already we have a recycled system. Stainless steel production has started more than 100 years before. So that's why already established the system. And this left side shows scrap ratios. So Europe is the best, 85%, US 83%, Japan also 72%. The reason is that we can use and find really high available to find in these countries. But China, I agree that China is the biggest product company countries, but because they just started mass production 20 years before, so they have not established recycled system. So as that shows, availability of scrap is really limited in China or India. So yeah, that's all we have, and yeah, of course we like to introduce our products. But here I am is that we like to know you how stainless steel is recyclable. Yes, that's all I have.
Thank you. Yes, stainless steel is considered one of the so-called permanent materials that would be recycled, of course, in continuous way. Clearly, well, this is very huge topic. I'm not opening this door. When it comes to plastic recycling, for instance, we are having here also some, and you will probably see in other talks, good examples of how plastics can be recycled, but it's correct. Let's say at the moment, unfortunately, there is not a very high percentage of plastic that's actually recycled. Marco, how, I mean, what's polyurethane doing? Because polyurethane has always been considered a bad material for some reasons. It has this, I don't know why, yes. But then, yeah, there are a lot of things that the industry has done to reduce the impact of this material. So can you tell us a little bit more about recent news, recent things?
So first of all, you are right. Unfortunately, everybody thinks that polyurethane for more plastics factory are, very dangerous. Yeah. And I think that some part of this bad idea, it is made by ourselves, because until a few years ago, nobody from our industry, open the industry, for instance, for visitors to teach them that we are not so polluted as the people instead think. So we had a lot of discussion with Materially about this topic, but let me split in twice the topic. So the first one, it is what we are doing starting a few years ago with the possibility to replace some carbon fossil raw materials, that is the polyol or the isocyanates, that is our raw materials, with some other renewable sources. So we started more than 10 years ago, more or less, changing normal conventional polyol with some vegetable polyols based on a different type of oils. Could be castor oil, could be palm, could be sunflower, so different type of that. So there are some example in our exhibition. So you can touch, that is the feeling, it is exactly the same as the other one. So we are working to increase every year the quantity of this type of bio polyol. At the same time, we are studying and we are working a lot of, so hardly with our supplier, because we have not the technical skill to work with instead with the recovery of polyurethane foam. We have 3 different via. In Italy and in Europe also, the first one that is the more, from our point of view, more safety, cheaper, energy saving cost and everything, it is the not the burning, but the not the incinerator, but the fact that we can burn the polyurethane foam to create energy. So so the accent, it's clear to understand that I'm coming from Brescia. We have a thermovalorizator in Brescia. It's very useful, and they work a lot of with this type of thing. So burning everything, the waste, creating energy. That is very clear and very clean. Okay. So the second via that we can use, it is the mechanical recycling. There are some example again in our corner. So means that we can destroy and cut in very small pieces, in flakes, the polyurethane foam. The polyurethane foam in this case means byproducts, so means what we generate during the cutting of the foam or end of use. Okay. So then there is what we name the rebounded foam. That is there is a historical market with the rebounded foam that is normally the undercarpet lay. Okay. Then the third one, that is the more could be
challenging.
Yes, exactly. And this is why, as at the beginning of my discussion, I told you that we need the technical support of our raw material supplier. That is the chemical recycling. So chemical recycling means that there is a reverse chemical things. That so from a material that is the polyurethane foam, they are able to obtain polyols. Okay. For sure, the polyol nowadays it is not exactly the same as the virgin polyols. So means that we are not able to use 100% the new, so the new polyol, so the regenerated one, but we have to cut with the virgin. So for sure, the challenge for the future it is to increase every year the quantity of these. So the new polyol. Another thing that we discuss with material is that instead in the last 25 years more or less, we start to increase the logistical things. So means the transport, not just the transport cost, but the transport pollution. So until 25 years ago, more or less, we was able to deliver in one truck 15 blocks. The blocks, it is normally 2 by 2 by 1 meter, okay? This was 25 years ago, more or less. 15 years ago, more or less, we increased from 15, okay, to 55, because we, not we, but we invent the new type of truck where the roof move it on top, we put the block, and then the roof squeeze. Okay, so at that time we made a very high jump from 15 to 55. Then in the last 5 years, instead to load on the truck, special truck, 55 blocks, we are able to load a conventional truck, okay, with 105, more than 105. So means that it is a little bit less than 50% more. So means that in that we are able to do this type of things because we squeeze the blocks before to loading. So means that instead to load a block that is 2 by 2 by 1.5, 1.15, that is around a little bit less than 5 cubic meter, we reduce the volume until a cylinder that is 60 centimeters of diameter by 2 meters. So that is 0.4 cubic meter.
Like IKEA mattress.
Exactly.
You know, IKEA mattress is the same but bigger.
Yeah. So this means that we are able to reduce by 1/8 the dimension of the block. So in that way, we can put more or less the 50% more. So this means that the CO2 emission that we produce during the transport, it is less than, so around 50% in comparison with 20 years ago or 15 years ago, and could be 100% less than 25 years ago. So this is something, but to do these type of things, it is not just a matter of mechanical things, because squeezing a block, it is very easy. It's just a kind of force. The problem, it is when you have to reopen the block, and as a customer, you would like to have the same dimension of the original one. And so in that way, we have to develop a lot of things internally, means that we have to search good raw materials, good additives, and research a lot of additives that decrease the curing time, and so a lot of technical things that it is not the correct place to discuss, but it is important for you to understand that we, as a bed industry, we are working a lot of and in a very deep way to try and to reduce the pollution.
Okay. Thank you. No, super interesting. The transport is one of the important aspects that all companies are considering. And clearly, when you have a material that's mostly air, so you reducing that size and the volume is super important. Alberto Sozza. Let's go back to how we can measure the impact of the tricky argument, how measuring the immeasurable. So the sustainability in lighting design.
Okay, so when we talk about design, lighting design, we are touching something that is very soft in the air. I mean, is less concrete than polyurethane, okay, but we have impact also in as all the human action, for sure, also lighting design. So when we talk about especially lighting design, that are the designer that use the light to create the environment, for sure there's some responsibility on that, and by the way that they influences with not just the aesthetic environment from aesthetical point of view, but also in terms of energy consumption, material use, and the urban experience. So when you put some outdoor lighting fixtures, for sure you are using energy for many years. You are using new materials for the lamps you put. For sure you are also influencing the urban experiences of people. So many responsibility from lighting designer. And so we have to consider different aspects and to control the ecological footprint of their action. So when we talk about the challenging creativity, so design is a creation, we need some sustainability metrics for that could be simpler in terms of energy consumption, but it's not just that. Measurability without limiting inspiration, because for sure you like from designer to create the best result, but for sure we need some limitation in terms of what they can impact. So honestly, historically there's more and more this action from lighting designer, and there's a lot of regulation, for example, for dark sky problem, that we are make a lot of lighting pollution in not just cities but in regions. So Europe is very big lighting bulbs from the space looking to Europe, for example. So there are regulation, but also what lighting designer have to look when make some specific design. So there's a new way, new ideas about where use light in this moment, and for sure there's all the new European Bauhaus that want to let designer to use products that are beautiful, sustainable and inclusive. So all these new words are also in the framework of the European politics in this moment. So when we talk about lighting design, for sure we have some point we can measure, okay? Maybe the aesthetical aspect, okay, is up to the people that live the city and the spaces, but energy use is possible with a life cycle consumption, and also in this case the use of LEDs impact less than for indoor lighting, because you have also sodium-based lighting fixtures that are very good in terms of efficiency. But now with LEDs you have good efficiency with the good light of quality, so you can also control, dim the light, obtain higher energy reduction. They can make the choice on product with the right production method, so not all kind of product we find in the market, but from companies that propose product with low emission in manufacturing and low waste, and for example in the right management of the end of life of product. They can increase cultural and societal relevance in terms of what they can act from lighting. So they put lighting with low impact environment, and they also teaching people to use in their house lighting with low impact. And for sure to take in account the end of life that I mentioned before, so rethink, reuse, reduce, reuse, repair, recycle. So many times also in outdoor lighting you have 10 years, and after municipalities take the lighting fixtures, they put on the waste. So you have okay, aluminium we say is a good way to put on the waste, yes, but it's not so.
And they are recycled by the guys back here.
Back here.
Yes.
Okay. But it's also responsibility of lighting designer maybe to have in mind this circular approach, and for sure materials, recyclable, local. But biodegradable maybe for lighting is not the case, but for sure it could be recyclable and maybe local to reduce also impact in transportation. Okay, so also for lighting designer we can have some tools for conscious creativity. So to have eco design checklist, so I start every project with sustainability in mind, so not just in the past lighting designer just think about the result and the aesthetical of the lighting fixtures. Now we have to put on the table what is their goal in terms of sustainability, and after carbon footprint calculators let them to measure the impact of lighting system for the materials, because more and more product carbon footprint is going to be on the table also for cities and in generally building industry, but also there's also the life of light the use of energy when you install the pole. Circularity scorecard, track materials flows, reusability, design narratives, tell the story of sustainable choices. So as I explained before, to maybe find a way to express to people, to citizens, what are in their lighting design project, and what we can let people to bring them home when they visit the city or the spaces. So I think this, just to finish, so it's complicated for lighting design, but we can find also in this word some tools and criteria that lighting designer can use to improve their design of spaces and so to be beautiful and sustainable in time.
So basically the project outcome will be a sort of guidelines also to help designers working.
Yeah, Shape the Light is not completely towards circular sustainability. There's a lot of the use of creativity and art for light and light for art. But as we work together with the student of the design school, I think it was important in this project to let them to understand that they can use better material for the creation on lighting fixtures, and to have in mind that you can also measure this impact of their action also in their work of designer. Okay, so this kind of project is also to make it's not maybe in a horizon framework or project. It's more in a creative program that so this is one of the elements we put on the table with the designer, young designer, to think about new materials, new lighting fixtures, and new installation of products.
Yeah, no, because in fact the three lamps that we are exhibited in the three corners also had that in mind. One is made of paper, so one of steel, which is recyclable material, and the other one is made out of waste. So it's also a creative way of using materials with this, let's say, sustainable mindset.
Yeah, but I think, just to finish, the third fixtures you mentioned is very interesting for the design narrative, because they use a lot of bottles, plastic bottles, to explain the concept that too much waste in the water. The name of the lamp, I try to breathe. Okay, too much plastic in the water, don't let fish in you to breathe. Okay, so the concept is that they have also a lot of narrative they can bring in the lighting fixtures they create or in this installation.
Okay, thank you for the explanation of what was behind these three projects. So Emine, can you tell us a little bit more? Of course, I invite everyone to go and touch the materials because they are really, really incredible. But then, please explain how you managed to get this effect.
Our design office in UK. So our designer is just sit and think about it, how we can develop new texture, who is going to improve the technical needs. So this was the main topic. So they come up with the three different how can I say that, collection. Yes, one is Serenity, the other one is Experiential, the other one is Future. So the Serenity, I think we got nice pictures what we are inspired from. The Serenity, we have here exhibiting two different textures. I'm going to introduce you. And multisensory for touching effects, like velvet and silk, we are going to see. And innovation, of course. So for Serenity, we have two textures here. One is velvet. It's purely like a velvet effect from the plastic. It is from the plastic injection coming, the ones that who doesn't know. And the other one is silk such. It is like a cold silk effect. For feature one is iridescence, without any foil, without any additional coating. It gives you the iridescence effect. And hydrophobic, it's again without any coating and additional step, gives you self-cleaning technology, self-cleaning feature, and the graining is still under development. So those are the 4 different functions that we are honored to represent you in our booth with their amazing texture on top of it. So design is starting from the PC, and we want to see it, we want to touch it, so we are using rapid RTPs, rapid texture prototyping. We are creating RTPs, and from the RTPs we are creating plugs, which means plastic plugs. And this is the silk and velvets, and this is going to be the self-cleaning. And the plastic, that's the grades that we use here, it is listed here. And the tooling technology is we kind of a partnership with Rocktool. So there is a heat and cool technology for to some of them, not all of them, but some of them to get it more replication of the texture onto the product. So I think this is the part of part 1, because maybe Silvana can give more information from the technical side, but we can leave it for tomorrow.
Yes, we are having also another talk tomorrow with Standex engraving. Now, what's interesting for me in your effects is that you get these completely changing the perception of plastic without adding anything, basically. So it's something that comes out of the mold.
Yes,
Your technology is before injection, right? So you would get these objects, these texture, these visual effects that do not require any post-processing, which in our perspective is also a way of reducing the steps, reducing costs, reducing environmental impact, of course, making recyclability easier in a way, because the purer is the material, and the cleaner, I would say, and the more value it has at the end of life when you have to recycle it.
This page was missing between the speeches, I think. It was the kind of summary of what we are doing, actually. The competitive differentiation, this is the branding. And maybe your competitor hasn't found out yet, but we can bring you something that the others haven't got it. This is one thing. The cost efficiency and sustainability is coming from the process, because we are able to skip processes, so it brings you cost efficiency. Sustainability sides, the coatings, the metallization, everything is reduced recyclability of the plastic. So when we skip all of these things, it increases the sustainability and the recyclability of the product. And the user experience, this is something that we write there, don't touch it, but actually we need to write, please touch it, because without touching it, it's impossible to feel and have this experience from the product, because the engraving, the texture, is something on the product. The first you see and you catch, and the second you touch. This is the rule for everything. It is for the cars, this is for the shoes. You see, and the second we are touching it. So it brings a kind of connectivity with the customer and the needs. and specific applications. So this is something really beyond experimental things. It is enabling the world which is impossible to do possible.
Impossible to become possible.
Possible.
Okay. It's an interesting challenge for the industry. Making, and also we've seen this, we've heard this sentence many times today. The impossible becoming possible.
I am looking for self-cleaning coffee machine.
Yes.
So I think my colleagues is going to make it happen.
Thank you very much. So thanks a lot, everyone, for your very interesting insights. And of course, I invite everyone to take a look at the materials that we are having here, and particularly those that carry some interesting thing to see and to touch. Everyone, all materials here can be touched, right? Okay, great. Thanks a lot, and see you tomorrow. We are having another talk at 5 with other 4 players. Thank you.